Everyone on YouTube is talking about vision boards for 2026, but they don't tell you the science, the psychology, the emotional wiring, and the mistakes that make most vision boards useless. So today I'm going to be showing you the real method that actually makes the vision boards rewire your brain, and this is something that I really wish someone would have taught me when I made my first vision board. And at the end of this video, I'll be sharing the #1 step that locks in this vision into your identity. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kayla, and on this channel we talk about all things activating our higher selves. So if that's something that you're into, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Now let's get into the video. Now, vision boards don't work because of the pictures. They work because of what those pictures do to your brain. Now, a vision board triggers your RAS, which is your Reticular Activating System, and its job is to filter information, decide what your brain notices, and highlight anything that matches your beliefs, identity, and your dominant focus. This is why when you think about buying a certain car, you see those cars everywhere. And when you set a goal, your brain starts noticing opportunities. Now, those opportunities were always there, but your brain just never processed them. Your RAS relates to vision boards because when you look at your vision board, your reticular activating system starts to recognize these photos as important. It then will start to filter in opportunities that are in alignment with your vision board, and it'll filter out distractions. It will make people, places, and things stand out to you more that align with the vision board, and your brain will suddenly become better at finding what you desire. So to sum it all up, a vision board trains your RAS to filter reality in your favor, and it'll make your brain look for opportunities that match your future and not your past. A lot of the times we stay stuck because we're so focused on past events when we should be looking at the future. This leads me into identity imprinting, and this is when your subconscious begins to accept the vision as who you are and not something that you just want. This will happen when you look at your vision board daily. You start to emotionally feel the future as familiar. You express gratitude as if it's already happened, and you see repeated images of the person that you're becoming. And over time, your brain and body will start to recognize this as actually you. When your identity shifts, your actions will shift effortlessly. So manifestation isn't about forcing reality. It's about becoming the person where this reality is normal to you. And that is identity imprinting. So the emotions matter because emotions fire the neural pathways that create your long-term memory. So this means that a photo with no emotion will not create a new identity. But a photo that gives you a physical sensation like excitement will help your brain lock it in. One common mistake that a lot of people make is that they feel shame around their vision board and they don't put it up where they're gonna see it every day. They'll make it and they'll hide it away and they won't really look at it. That's something that I did when I made my first vision board in 2019. I actually have a video of me making this vision board. I was so embarrassed. I was scared of what my roommate would think. So what I did is I put it in my closet in the back of all of my clothes on the wall, and I would only look at it when I was getting my clothes for the day. And sometimes I didn't even see it because all the clothes were just scattered across it. Now, did some of those things on my vision board manifest? Yes, but not all of them did, and it's probably because it wasn't up where I could see it. So don't feel shame around your vision board, because if you feel shame, it means that you believe that it's not going to happen, and you need to have full belief in yourself that this is going to be your reality. Now, this leads me into the next section of the video, and that is setting categories for your vision board. If your vision board is random, your results will be random as well. You can choose any categories that you want that fit your life, but some examples are health, fitness, career, wealth, love, travel, lifestyle, hobbies, spiritual, and identity/energy, which is a very unique one. What it means when you put your identity/energy on your vision board, because those things don't really, like, they're not material, you know? It's not really like a thing that is like, oh yes, I'm gonna manifest this thing. It's an energy. It's who you're becoming. So this is the category where you're going to put images on your vision board that represent your future self's frequency, not just the things that they have. So some examples of this could be a person meditating, or confident posture, or someone out in nature doing some content, having some grounded and calm visuals, or objects that reflect your highest self. And this helps your brain to rehearse becoming that person. On to section 3 of the video, that is choosing the right images. Now, your brain responds to emotion and not aesthetics. This is a common mistake that a lot of people do, and it's only putting the end result on their vision board. And while that can be helpful and it can work, here's a bonus tip that not a lot of people will tell you about, and it is to put the how process on your vision board and not just the end result. So if you want to, let's say, grow your Instagram, instead of just photoshopping the follower count on your Instagram profile and putting a photo on your vision board, put in some how steps. Put in a photo of yourself shooting content. This will make you want to start doing this daily. There are some things that maybe you don't really know the how and how you're gonna get there, and that's fine. But for most things, I would say that you probably do know the how. So for every one result that you put on your vision board, put 2 to 3 pictures of the how process. And this will help you implement the habits in your life that will help you to become that person. When you're searching for photos on your vision board, you can find these with Pinterest, Google. I highly recommend Pinterest, but if a person is going to be on it, it needs to look like you, or you can Photoshop it, or you could put it in AI. So you could use ChatGPT or Google Gemini or any image AI photo generating app and make it really personal to you. You're gonna put all of your images to an emotional test. And the question that you're gonna ask yourself is, do I feel something in my body while looking at this? And does it invoke a positive emotion? And if it doesn't, then it's not a strong enough image for your vision board. Now, this is another mistake that I see a lot of people do, and it's putting a bunch of words on their vision board like confident, healthy, disciplined. And while those are all great things to manifest into your life and great qualities to have, your brain responds to images 10 times faster than text. And words usually stay logical and images go into your subconscious. Instead of putting words on the vision board, put a photo of what that word embodies and see if you feel that emotion through that photo. Some unique images that you can put on your vision board are something I call identity anchors, and this really helps you to anchor into your new identity. So some examples of what you could put on your vision board if you want to travel more is a passport. Or if you want to create content, put a microphone on your vision board. These are things and symbols that represent the person that you're becoming. In section number 4, we're gonna be talking about physical versus digital vision boards. I've done both and I've seen amazing results from both, but which one should you do if you're going to do any of them? Now, I'll be honest with you, one vision board will influence your mind, but 2 or 3 will completely rewire your identity. Now, currently, I don't have a physical vision board because I'm traveling, but I do have 2 vision boards, one on my phone and one on my laptop. And I used to have one hanging up on my wall in my apartment. If I could, I definitely would have a physical vision board, but really it makes no sense for me to lug it around everywhere. So both types of vision boards matter, and here are the pros to both of them. The digital vision board will trigger micro imprinting into your subconscious mind, and you'll see it more often, so it increases the frequency of how often you will be seeing these images. The physical vision board really represents embodiment. It creates a bigger emotional impact because you actively, physically put the images on the vision board, and it acts as a ritual in your environment as well. Now, a little bonus tip, while you're creating your vision board, I highly recommend for you to light a candle or some incense, because when you pair a scent with your manifestation visualization practices, your brain creates a neural association between that smell and your future self. This deepens the identity imprinting that we talked about in the beginning of the video. Let's talk about your daily visualization ritual. The magic isn't just in the board. It's in in what you do after you look at it. So step number 1, look at the board. Simple. Step number 2, really breathe into the images that you see. Number 3, feel what it would feel like to have this life. And number 4, feel gratitude, not desire. Desire means that you don't have it yet, and gratitude symbolizes that this is familiar and normal to you. Now, a little bonus tip is to practice with a quantum rehearsal meditation. You can look this up on YouTube, Quantum Leap Visualization. There's one by Shiva Rasa that's really amazing. I'll link it down below. And this will help you to visualize your day as if you're already living your dream life that's on your vision board. And it also teaches your brain to close the behavioral gap from your old habits to your new habits, and it reduces the in-between phase of that. Now on to section number 6, which is your gratitude list. This is the step that almost nobody teaches, but it's the step that makes you manifest 10 times faster. This works because if you write your goals as if they already happened and with gratitude, your subconscious actually rewires this as a memory and not just a visualization. This creates emotional familiarity, and you start to begin acting like the version of you that already has it. So some examples of this is you can say, I love waking up in my dream reality, or I'm so grateful for how aligned this year feels, and everything I've asked for is unfolding exactly as I needed. This will lock in your identity imprinting daily. And on top of that, I highly recommend you to use the scripting technique with gratitude as if your dream life has already happened. I talked about this in my last video, and I'm actually creating a full video on scripting, so be sure to stick around and subscribe if you would like to see that video as well, where I go more in depth on the scripting manifestation technique. Now, that is it for your guide to your 2026 vision board. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope it was helpful for you, and leave a comment down below of what you are manifesting for the year of 2026, and we can all hype each other up in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.